Hello to part number 2 of the National Building Construction Standard 2026 for India, focused on functional integrity, fire load reduction, and a small part is heat protection. This is advertising where the solution is explained by using products. This is interesting because it's much more easier to understand. You remember part number 1, we speak about the enclosures, we speak about the fire testing, and we speak about the necessary certification and documentation about the test. The fireproof enclosures, tested and certificated, are a good solution for space reduction because the space requirements are part of the national building standards, and such a small cabinet is smaller. You don't need so many space. You have more space for selling, more space for renting in the building, and in the big cities like Mumbai, this is cheaper. Why we need in the fire protection functional integrity and fire load reduction is very easy. The functional integrity is the thinking that, for example, the fire detecting system, the acoustic alarm system, and the emergency lamp system must work during fire conditions to be sure that the self-rescue, the evacuation, and the self-rescue is working. For this, it is necessary that the floors and the stairs are free of smoke and fire, and for this, it's also necessary to guarantee if there are, for example, some shafts or some ducts, then you have some doors, you have some cabinets, then they must be smoke retardant and also fire protected from inside. Because of this, you have the fire load reduction, and also you need the functional integrity for the emergency systems. The fire inspectors, the safety engineers in the project, they decided how many minutes you need for the evacuation. If you have, for example, an office building, you know you need 25 minutes for evacuation. Then you know this is the minimum time for emergency lightning, fire alarm system, and everything else. This is the minimum time. Normally, it's higher because you must think also about the firefighters, and the firefighters need also, for example, the smoke extraction system, not only 25 minutes. 25 minutes products are normally not available. You have normally 30, 60, 90 minutes. This is the standard classes. Because of this, it is, if you have 25 minutes, you will buy normally minimum 30 minutes products. And it depends on your project. A high-rise building or an airport can be higher classes for evacuation time. The fire protection tested from outside is the integrity of electrical supply. This is the basic thinking behind this, to be sure that the electrical system inside is working. The fire load reduction is the thinking if there's a fire in the electrical panel, because in the electrical panel you have burning material, activation energy, and oxygen, then no fire, no fumes, no smoke is going outside. The tests are different. Test from outside is the fire boxes, for example, the doors or something else is coming inside and the fire is coming from outside. We analyze the temperature, we analyze the isolation factors, everything else. If there's a fire inside, we analyze how much smoke, how much fire is going outside, and there's normally no fire and only a minimum of smoke allowed, because it needs a little bit time for closing the gaps in such a cabinet, or in such a normal door is the same, is everywhere the same. We make the testing in Chennai, India, 90 minutes, included isolation, modular systems. Before the test, during the test, nearly 1000 degrees, and this is after the test. And then also we have some solutions for 120 minutes. This is, for example, for tunnel solution, airport solution, or high-rise buildings. Here's the same. Also 20 minutes isolated, and you see this is more than 1000 degrees. Then we have also solutions for the industry. This is coming more and more because there are some methods of ventilation, control of heat, and this is more focused now the protection of occupants. And then one method is the ventilation. We have a good ventilation in the building. Another solution is to isolate the hotspots, to say this is a very hot component in the factory, for example. Then you capsule this and isolate this, or you make something like a radiant shielding for example, if there coming some heat spots, then you protect the important electronics, for example, in the steel industry, with some aluminium shielding to have a reflection of the heat. We also have the system. We have an isolated box. We have a thin gap between the isolation and the aluminium shielding, and in this will be something like a small Chemian effect with a self-cooling effect. We have some special solutions for this. If this is interesting, please contact us. We have many experts in India. The reason why the cabinets and the enclosures will be more and more important, we can explain, for example, on an airport. An airport is something like a small city because you have some warehouse, you have some hospitals, you have some metro stations, you have everything together, and you have, for example, radio communication system for the firefighters, you have emergency lamp system in the airports, you have everything. Interesting is to have a decentralized distribution of safety systems. It means if here's a fire, one system is failed, no problem, the other systems are working. You can be sure the telecommunication and the radio communication of the firefighters is possible. The same is with the emergency lighting. Here, if you have a clever emergency lamp system, it is working if one system is failed, but then this is not fire protection. We say normally it is terroristic attack. Yeah. Then if two systems are failed, a decentralized distribution of safety system can help you to be sure that the other systems work. It is something like a higher security with the same price. And this is really, really interesting for many projects. We have the same now more and more in the tunnels. In the tunnels, you have some cabinets, for example, for the smoke extraction system. You have this for the radio communication, yeah, for the building radio. And also we have some cabinets in the maintenance tunnels to be sure, for example, for the emergency lamp system. Why we need this? Very easy. If you have, for example, many people in the cars and here's a big fire, the cars stop behind the fire car. They go out to this side. This is the evacuation route. The smoke extraction system is blowing the heat to the other side. Later, we have the problem the firefighters cannot come from this side because there are so many cars. Then they change the airflow, blow the air, the smoke to the other side. The firefighters come from this side, stop the fire, and in a very, very short time, the tunnel can be opened again. This is interesting, like big cities like Mumbai, Delhi, to be sure, because the infrastructure, interruption of the infrastructure is very, very expensive. If this is interesting, please contact us. We have more than 25 years experience in this sector. I'm speaker in many, many seminars all over the world. Follow us on YouTube, LinkedIn, or Instagram. We have also some Celsion apps to get more information. I am the president of the RAL organization. This is a big, big quality organization. If you have some questions, please contact us. We have many experts all over the world. Thank you. Bye-bye.